everyone, this is Tim Guy here to show you a little bit about notebookcast. Just as a word of warning, if you go to Google notebookcast, it'll show you the cast of the movie The Notebook, so you want to make sure you search for notebookcast.com if you're trying to look for this app. So what's pretty cool about this is a shared whiteboard. If you read the blog post, Colette did a really nice job going through and kind of talking about everything that you can do with Notebookcast in that blog post. I'm just going to show you a little bit that kind of from the perspective of a student, what this would look like and maybe in your classroom. Again, I'm a math teacher, so I come at this with sort of a math background, but hopefully you can kind of see some of the cool things you can do to get students sharing information and kind of checking each other's work and some of that feedback loop that we're looking for. Basically what I did was I kind of set up as a student what I would want somebody to do in an activity involving Notebookcast. Basically, it's a big old whiteboard, so I went ahead and I wrote up a couple problems. So what I would ask a student is say, hey, go ahead, write up a few problems, and then share your whiteboard with somebody else. And you can see up here, there's an invite part where you can kind of click on this, and it gives you a code, and you can invite somebody. I went ahead and actually invited... Sorry, I had a little break there. I went ahead and invited my wife's iPad. So you see down here, she wrote in the chat, hi, hello. So we are currently connected together onto this app. So what's going to happen is that each person, I would have one person kind of create some problems and kind of tell the other person, all right, go ahead and solve those. So my wife currently on her iPad will go ahead and try to solve these problems. I had her pick purple, so you can kind of see what she's doing. But if she goes ahead and she solves this, and this is all happening on her iPad, I'm obviously like, here's my mouse, I'm not doing anything. So she goes ahead and she shows her work and she goes through, and I can then go ahead and, as the other student, comment on how she's doing on the problems that I created. So let's see, she goes through and she gets x equals -3, and she's all excited, she puts exclamation point, and I might come in with mine. Let's say I do the color green, because I like green, and I say, you need to make sure you do your check step. I'm going to write check, and it's a little hard, I'm using a laptop right now instead of a iPad. It's a little hard, but I'll go ahead and I'll write, hey, check it. You need to make sure you do your check step. And that kind of gives her some feedback about some things that she can improve on. And maybe she goes, all right, well, I need to do my check step. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll plug -3 in. I'll have 3 times -3 minus 4. Oh, wait, that does equal -13. I'm good. I did my check step. Okay, so this app's really cool for some of that, giving the students each other feedback. And then again, let's say that she went ahead and she did the next problem and she added 7 instead of subtracting and did something wrong. Then I can look and see what she's doing and say, hey, hold on. Right here, something might have gone wrong. And maybe in the chat, I go ahead and I type to her, check where I circled. Okay, and then on her side, she sees that, and she maybe responds and says, oh no. She can go ahead and try to fix her mistake. So I'll show you on this screen so you can kind of see what's going on here, but you can go up to the draw eraser part right here, and you can go ahead and you can erase. Oh, I shouldn't have added 7. Let's go ahead and let's go back to this step and fix it. All right, I'll erase this, erase, da. And you can see it's a little time consuming to do this. It's not we can make the eraser width a little bit bigger. Make it a little bit easier to erase all this stuff. And then she could go ahead back in and write what she would need to write and fix her mistake. So go ahead and subtract 7. 2x equals 40, divide by 2, and get that x equals 20. And then this time, because, she learned from the last time, she would go ahead and do her check step. 2 times 20 plus 7, that equals 47. All right, I'm good to go. Okay. Sorry, it's a little crammed on the iPad, a little hard to see there. There we go. All right. So I think that this tool has a lot of cool things about it in terms of the students interacting, giving each other feedback, which we've seen over the course of this course, how powerful that can be for students in that formative assessment piece. In terms of like other things you could do with this, obviously this is a math perspective where I have students solving problems and kind of setting up problems for each other. You could definitely have students do discussions through this, maybe give them a topic and they could write back and forth. What I really like is that they have the whiteboard where they can kind of draw different things. Excuse me. They can draw different things back and forth, and there's a chat feature so they can chat back and forth about things and give each other feedback through the chat. You can have them solving or doing something more involved and kind of giving the chat to help each other out and say, hey, like go back and look at that third step you did. There might be something weird going on there. Just a great way to get that student-to-student feedback, and I think that this could be a powerful tool for your classroom. What's nice is that it's all online. You don't have to download anything. Again, just be careful about what you Google. Make sure you Google the correct thing. But overall, I really like notebookcast and might look into using it in my classroom.